Alright, I think we're going again. So... yeah, we're live. Okay. We are back. Alright, thanks for everybody tuning back in here. I don't know what happened, but for whatever reason, the stream kind of cut out. I don't know if that was a YouTube issue there or what it was. But we had the loading screen of death, and it just kind of kept loading, and for whatever reason, it said the stream was still live. I don't know. So hopefully that stream ended by starting this new one. I was trying to keep it going again and try to figure out what the issue was, but I just couldn't do it. Call 48, Tyler Birdback, welcome to the stream. Okay, we'll get back to racing here. Hopefully there's audio, by the way. Actually, let me double check just to make sure there's audio. Hopefully there's audio. Yeah, there is. Okay, we got audio. We've got audio. Yeah, I don't know why. I seriously don't know why I did that. That's just strange, because I don't know. It's really weird because now it's saying I have excellent connection. Whatever. Darren Dill, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I don't know why that's the case. Picking things right up where we left off here. We're just over halfway home at Dover. Late stage number 2 here at the Monster Mile. Blaney is dominating in this second stage, and he has led the most laps up to this point in the race as well. Already won stage 1 on a fuel economy run, and now we are watching him pull away once again here in stage 2 on another longer green flag run. Now these guys will have to pit before the end of the stage yet. Could go maybe another 20 laps or so, and that seems like it's going to be about it. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's unfortunate there, Tyler. For sure. Yeah, because you're from California, aren't you? Kind of like I mentioned, at least for the sake of the 2-mile track itself, it was one of the few races last year that happened before COVID. So we were able to see a normal attendance. Or somewhat normal attendance for that race. Yeah, crazy. That is going to be known as the final race on the 2-mile oval. So I guess, instead of me being the track killer, I think, can we call Alex Bowman a Cup Series track killer? He won the final race at Chicagoland. That was his first career Cup win. Now he's won the final race at Autoclub. BMNJ, welcome to the stream. It's a joke, obviously, but yeah, that's kind of a coincidence there. Watch him win at, trying to think of another track that might not be on the schedule too much longer. I don't know, maybe Indianapolis or something, I don't know. Oh man, 4 wide into turn 1. Playing hard on the brakes, trying to keep it off of everybody, and he kept it up against the wall still. Banged off of it a couple times in turns 1 and 2 and keeps it rolling. We stay green. By the way, for you guys tuning in right now, did you guys not get the... I'm noticing not newer faces to the channel, but newer faces compared to what we had in the last stream. I'm wondering if you guys maybe never got a notification when we went live the first time. I know that's been happening a lot too. Pocono, yeah, maybe he wins at Pocono. Extra contact, by the way, with that lap car back there, Bobby Carter. Blaney tried to get by. Watch him. Watch Dirt Bristol only be a one year thing next year, and watch him win that race. They don't race on dirt anymore. He does have some dirt racing background too, so that would be pretty funny if he ran well and actually got a win. I guess we'll have to see what the attendance looks like too, though, with Pocono. That's the thing, as they usually always get a really good attendance for that race, and that was the whole reason, part of the reason why they ran the doubleheader, was to keep ticket sales up and/or get more tickets in, and they were receiving more ticket sales for last year's doubleheader than what they would have for either of the two Pocono races the year before. That the ticket sales would have went up if we would have had fans in attendance for that race. But fortunately, that was not the case. I wouldn't take the TV ratings too much into consideration with last year for Pocono, at least, because it's been a weird year for TV ratings in any sport in general, so I wouldn't really make that all the skepticism on that aspect of things. Blaney can go a few more laps on fuel. He's got a 1-lap lead on Busch and now a 2-lap lead on third place Kevin Harvick. But again, still a ways to go. This guy's just trying to get through the traffic right now. 22 laps to go in stage 2. About to see where Denny Hamlin's currently running. He's still in the top 10 and still in 8th place. Blaney going to stay on one more lap here and try to take this fuel run as far as he can. Knowing how tough this pit road is to get onto. 19 laps to go in stage 2. This will be the third set of green flag pit stops today at Dover. And he's sputtering off of turn 2. So he's going to have to nurse it onto pit road now. Into turns 3 and 4, trying to get down on the apron. And he did a good job not speeding there because he still had to back it down quite a bit from where it was at despite sputtering on fuel. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel, no adjustments coming for Ryan Blaney this time on pit road. I know. I'm looking forward to seeing what AJ can do in the Xfinity Series too. I wouldn't be surprised if he won like 6 or 7 races. Not used to seeing this many green flag stops on NASCAR Heat 5, but again, this is the third green flag stop today for Blaney, and I would assume majority of the rest of the drivers that will be coming to pit road. Kyle Busch in the pits currently. Blaney will hold on to the lead as we'll wait for everything to cycle through. Oh man, Blaney spins on the concrete. Makes a good save. He was trying to get up to speed. That's going to cost him some time too. We stay green. I don't know what happened there. He just kind of lost control getting up to speed. He had to stay down there to keep from having a bloodline violation. And car just completely wiped out on him. But again, we stay green, and he was able to save it, keep it down low and off the track from any oncoming traffic. It's kind of a freak moment there. Clint Boyer in second place. He was one of the few drivers that actually pitted under the last caution that we had in stage 2. And that's why you see him in second place. He still hasn't pitted. This could work out. If we get a caution for him to get back on the lead lap, that would be a home run. Another driver on the playoff bubble without a win this season. And that would lock him into a pretty good finish, assuming we don't get a lot of cautions in the final stage of the race. We've had 4 total today, but they've been pretty well spaced out for the most part. Logano, another one of those drivers that pitted. That's why he's in 7th right now. Another one of those drivers open for a caution. He'll go another lap down for the moment, so he might as well come to pit road now. Here's Alex Bowman trying to get one of his laps back. Oh, Blaney got the wall. Alex Bowman trying to run him down and get one of his other laps back. And Boyer is on pit road, so that will give Kyle Busch second place once again. Yeah, the car's definitely on the loose side. Now, Blaney's crew made an adjustment under the second pit stop today to tighten it up, put a round a wedge in it, and it's helped a ton because it was even looser than what it is now. And Bowman sneaks to the inside, and Blaney's just going to let him go for right now. So Bowman is 2 laps down with 9 laps to go in stage 2. Trying to hang on, but now Kurt Busch is holding him up. Kurt doesn't want to go another lap down himself here. Another driver without a win. Wow, Kurt just about ran in the back of the slow car of Bobby Carter. I think Brendan Gaughan's coming to pit road. So is Bobby Carter. Pretty much every one of the lap cars that pitted under the last caution are on pit road right now. Blaney trying to get right back around Bowman. It's going to be close off of turn 4. Blaney sliding sideways there. He let him go for the moment, but Bowman's not really pulling away from him, and Blaney might have a shot to get him back here. Bowman is a bubble driver, last driver in fact, on points coming into today's race. In the 16-man playoff field. Slide job through 1 and 2 there by Blaney, trying to slide in front of the 88 of Bowman, who went high. And we have a caution. Wow, that was a bad timing caution for Bowman. Blaney slid in there to take the spot. And Alex Bowman was about a half a car behind Blaney at the time of the caution, so he gets trapped a third lap down. See Hamlin there in 8th place. And it looks like everybody's going to stay out of the pits. We could tighten it up a little more, but I don't want to take any extra speed out of it. It really is fine right now where it's at. It looks a lot worse than what it was. Like I said, it was even looser before, and we were hanging on to it. Michael McDowell might have been the cause of the caution there, because he's pitting again. He just came out of the pits. Might have had a loose wheel. He didn't get all the lug nuts on his race car there. Green flag back in the air here at Dover. Good jump on the restart. Kyle Busch back on the lead lap. 1 lap shootout here in stage 2. For everybody else trying to get all the stage points they can. Ryan Blaney will easily hold on to win the stage over Busch, who had to restart at the back. But now with that caution coming out late in the stage, Kyle Busch is going to be right alongside Blaney when we start the final stage. So just like that, this race isn't over yet. Ryan Blaney wins stage 2 at Dover, sweeping the stages today. We'll see where Denny Hamlin will finish it off. Hamlin will finish 8th in stage number 2. He finished 4th in stage 1. So Hamlin here today will score 10 points and Blaney with 20. So currently, as we go into the final stage, it will be Ryan Blaney with a 2-point lead over Denny Hamlin. Hamlin going to get the wave around here. He'll stay out. Blaney might try to play a strategy game here, and Blaney's going to stay out of the pits to hold Hamlin a lap down. So an interesting call with the strategy here, but he is playing, trying to make sure Hamlin doesn't get the free pass and get an extra lap back as he is racing in for the regular season title. That is an interesting call, but that is going to really hurt Hamlin and Johnson, who is hoping for the free pass as well. Green flag will be back in the air. Blaney will lead the field to the green. Kyle Busch on pressure tires to his outside. And stage 3 is underway, 160 laps to decide the winner at Dover. Great jump as we've seen Blaney have through the gears all day long. A lot of the drivers on pressure tires now behind Blaney. Kyle Busch trying to close the gap. That's not a ton of a difference here. It's about 15 laps or so. I'd probably say 15 with the caution laps we had at the end of stage 2. 15 lap pressure tires for Kyle Busch versus Ryan Blaney right now, but that will make a difference at Dover. This track tends to eat tires around this concrete surface. High speeds for as short of a racetrack as it is. Again, 1 mile in length, nicknamed the Monster Mile. And he's got the track position advantage here. Busch is trying to get around him. Blaney's holding on about as well as he can. Busch to the inside, though, for the lead. So Kyle Busch back out in front. First time in a long time here at Dover. Harvick is shown 1 lap down, currently in 3rd. So he got the free pass, getting 1 of his laps back. So he's trying to come from 2 laps down in this race, but don't count him out because he's got a fast car today too. Because now all the other drivers that were 4 laps down with Denny Hamlin have fresher tires than Denny and are likely going to get around him. So that was a pretty big call there by Blaney to stay out of the pits and trying to maybe knock Hamlin outside the top 10 and try to come away following Dover with the points lead going into Daytona. Hamlin was 16 points up going into Watkins Glen. Blaney won both stages, finished 4th rather, at Watkins Glen, and he came out 8 points behind him, and now going into the final stage today, he's 2 points ahead of Hamlin, just based on the stage points. So Hamlin would have to beat Blaney by 2 spots for them to be tied. Quite a few laps down right now. It's going to be tough for him to come back, and he could have gotten 1 back right there, but Blaney denied him. Busch continues to pull away, but lap traffic will be coming up eventually, and that will likely slow Busch down a little bit more again. Eric Almirola on pit road as we stay green. Keselowski's starting to run down Blaney as well. He's had a really fast car, top 5 competitive car, and Brad's actually led the second most amount of laps today as well. Yeah, so tomorrow, racing at Daytona, that live stream will be at 6 o'clock. I might move it up depending on what is going on, but I might not be able to get it in until 6. So I'll have to wait on that one. So keep a close eye on it. For right now, we're going to start the stream at 6 o'clock, but it may start earlier. It may start at 5 at the earliest. We'll have to wait and see. And wow, look at that huge amount of lap traffic now ahead of Kyle Busch. A lot of backmarker cars slower. Chance for Blaney to try and reel him back in with those 15-lap older tires. Busch had a 2-second lead. It's already down to a second. Blaney's hauling right now. Oh, Busch nearly going 4 wide. Are they going to make it? Oh, they did. And Busch is still held up. He led the lap, but Blaney will get to the lead into turn 1. Busch crossing now into the middle, down to the bottom. He's back on the back bumper of Blaney off of turn 2, but Ryan Blaney is out in front here at Dover. Busch on the outside. They're 3 and 4, but Blaney was as well. Yes, exactly, Darren. Plan on 6, but as early as 5. It's currently set for 6 on the channel. So now Blaney's got the track position. More lap traffic now, and there's Newman. Kind of took Blaney's line away. Busch with a run on the bottom. 3 wide up the middle. Contact between Custer and Blaney. 4 wide. Contact with the leaders. And Busch is back out in front. Blaney with a charge. Back to the bottom. Couldn't stay underneath Busch. Good battle for the lead. Blaney again to the bottom, into 3 and 4. Slide job. Clears him. And Blaney back out in front. Caught B.J. McLeod in a bad spot there. Busch was able to beat him back to the gas off of turn 2. Kyle's got a run now in 3 and 4. He stuck the bottom a little better. Also, Blaney a little loose off of turn 4. Busch barely cleared Corey LaJoie, who was on the outside on the exit of turn 4. Blaney didn't stick the bottom there either. Kyle closes the gap a little more. Blaney should get a little more straightaway speed down the back, though. Can alternate to the different camera angles once again here today. Oh, thought Buescher was going to go to the bottom. He actually went high. Blaney had to change his line at the last second. Wasn't expecting it, and he's in the wall off of turn 2. He got loose. Again, he had to change his line at the last second, so he didn't get a good trajectory into the corner. And obviously, it didn't help off of corner exit. More heavy lap traffic just ahead of the 12. Scheduled for 2 pit stops in the final stage. Whether these drivers pitted or did not pit under the stage break. Kyle got caught behind those lap cars. There's now 4 lap cars in between the leaders. And this might be the sign where things start to change over and Blaney can maybe pull back away once again. Busch with 2 wins on the season. Blaney with 9 on the season, looking for 10 today. It's actually kind of hard to believe we have more wins on our NASCAR Thunder 04 season than what we have on NASCAR Heat 5 and the same amount of races after this one's done. Though I guess we'll be tied if we win this one. We do the same amount of races, so that's kind of coincidental. Tells you how much tougher of a season this one is compared to season 1. I think the stages are having a huge effect of it. There's going to be qualifying at the bigger races next year, and they announced, I believe, that there was not going to be any practice sessions outside of new racetracks coming to the schedule. That only the new racetracks on the schedule were going to be the racetracks that were going to have some sort of practice. That and the Daytona 500, obviously. I know qualifying's still set for the 500. They'll probably still have qualifying for the Crown Jewel events too, like the Southern 500 and then probably the Coke 600 again. The bigger races. Well, I guess maybe not the Southern 500 because it's in the playoffs, but probably the Coke 600. Obviously, again, Daytona we know for sure. And any new tracks, so the Bristol Dirt Race will probably have practice and qualifying. COTA is probably going to have practice qualifying. Nashville Super Speedway is going to have practice and qualifying. Indianapolis might have it. Same with Road America for the Cup Series, only because the Cup Series hasn't raced there. I'm not sure if they will or not for those races. He almost got into the left rear of Haley, just snuck under him there. Again, he can only go a little less than 30 laps further. Busch could go an extra 15 laps on fuel. So that's going to trap Blaney a lap down. That's the only bad thing. We've seen a lot of long green flag runs today, so this might not play into Blaney's hands as well as he would have hoped for it to if we do have another long green flag run and maybe a caution in between when he pits and when Kyle Busch has to hit pit road, because you know Busch is going to stay out as long as he can. And it will be, again, the second to last pit stop today for both drivers. Everybody in the field, really. Yeah, that was one thing I liked when they had Fast Friday, when they had qualifying and practice on a Friday is when I would be at work, I'd listen to it. I'd listen to practice and qualifying, so it was always kind of nice, and then that would kind of get me even more anticipated for the race. But this year was weird because there was none of that outside of the first 4 races of the season. And then again, the Coke 600, they had qualifying before the race, like on the same day, so that was kind of cool too. But anyway, yeah, so I couldn't like actually listen to it in anticipation for the race, which was unfortunate. Just kind of Sunday came around, it's like, oh, well, they're racing today. And Saturday night, whatever day the race was on, Cup Series wise. It's a lot harder to make my predictions for the race too, and my fantasy live advice when there's no practice times to look off of, practice or qualifying times to look off, because that I take into effect also. And I think that's why we predicted the right winner in 2 of the first 4 races, and then we kind of fell off a little bit after that. There were some hot streaks throughout the course of the year, but we ended up with 9 predicted correct. So that's a quarter of the season, but we had 2 of the first 4 races. Like, we could have easily have gotten more, I think, if we had practice and qualifying times to look off of. So that definitely affected it. I think we could have had double digits for sure. The wins predicted. I was solely having to go off of recent track success at that point, track history. Yeah, exactly. I don't think they'll practice for like the Xfinity Series, but you can definitely see the Cup Series. I think the same kind of goes with the trucks when they go to Watkins Glen. They're being newer there too, because they're going back there this year. Truck Series at Knoxville will probably have practice too. So. I do remember seeing that. I'm pretty sure NASCAR mentioned it, but I know I remember seeing something about they were only going to have practice for new racetracks next year. But they didn't exactly specify which ones, again, because it's weird, because some racetracks have been ran in the Truck or Xfinity Series that the Cup Series is going to. We'll see. But I know for a fact Coda and Nashville are definitely going to have practice sessions, with those being brand new. Well, I guess Nashville Super Speedway, we saw Xfinity races there before, but I think Truck Series too, but it's been a while, obviously, so they're probably still in full practice sessions. I shouldn't say full practice sessions, they'll probably just have like a happy hour and that'll be it. Daytona 500, you might see more than one practice session, but I think that would probably be it as far as how much practice they're going to get before a race next year. Yeah, at the start of the year, I predicted Logano to win at Vegas, and I predicted Denny Hamlin to win the Daytona 500, so I started off pretty hot. Then I predicted Blaney to win at Auto Club. I almost got the first 3 right, because he was running top 2 all day. Bowman beat him out late, and of course Blaney had that tire going down, so he didn't even get a top 2 like he deserved. I think he finished like 19th or something like that, but so, I mean, it's a lot easier to predict races when you have practice times to look off of, because you really got to take that into perspective, more so than the actual track history. What does the unload speed look like versus the recent track success? And if you have a combination of both of them, that's where you have your locks for your fantasy lineups. And untimely cautions can change everything. So we'll have to see as we near green flag stops for the 4th time today at Dover for at least Ryan Blaney, because again, he will have to pit 15 laps before Kyle Busch. He leads right now. You saw Busch take off with the 15-lap pressure tires, and after those first 15 laps, he started to even out again. Now, he'll have pressure tires in Busch, but he'll easily go a lap down before he comes back on the track, with this being only 1 mile in length. So it's going to be crucial to make sure this race stays green through the cycling of stops, and it's going to be a long 15 laps from the time Blaney pits to the time Kyle Busch has to pit. But if we do cycle through, then Blaney's going to come out with an even bigger lead than what he went in with. He might very well be able to lap Busch if everything cycles through. We'll have to wait and see what happens here in the next 10 to 30 laps. And boy, that's what Hamlin wants. Granted, though, Hamlin's going to have to pit the same time Blaney does, so I guess it's not going to matter too much between the two of them, because remember, Hamlin stayed out as well. Jimmy Johnson was another driver that stayed out. Rewind to the bottom underneath Brian Newman and Chase Elliott. Elliott's been having a good day. Again, he almost won stage 1, got passed on the last lap after he ran out of fuel off of turn 4, and then obviously coming off a win at Watkins Glen. First win of the season. He's been top 5 all day today. A track that he has won at before. Remember, he won the playoff race here in 2018 at Dover. That right front's been able to make it a full fuel run all day today, but this is as close as it's been. It's wearing out. I think he was driving pretty hard, obviously, at the end of stage 2 like we saw, and these are those same tires that he had for those last 20 laps of stage 2, but also battling with Kyle Busch like he was there at the beginning of this stage. He'll monitor it closely, obviously. He's not going to just stay out there and let the right front blow, but he's definitely going to try to push it at the same time. We are nearing lap 300 here today at Dover. Caution. Right before pit stops, huge crash down the back straightaway. Multiple cars are spinning, and Christopher Bell is going to be one of those drivers. So Christopher Bell has crashed off of turn 2 down the back stretch. Caution is out, and boy, Busch was hoping that caution would have came 5 laps later, because he would have had a much better shot of winning this race, but instead, him and Blaney are going to be even. We're now going to see pit stops. Denny Hamlin has lost an extra lap with taking the wave around there too. That really, or trying to take the wave around, so that really hurt him. Still get up as high as 8th right now, it looks like, in the running, which is where he finished in stage number 2. So we're going to see a restart. Ryan Blaney will lead the field to the green as he won the race off pit road on Kyle Busch. And we're back to green flag racing, just over 100 laps to go at Dover. And not the final pit stop of the day. We will still have one more. Busch got a pretty good restart, but Blaney's just been solid 10 out of 10 on the restarts all day. Oh, but he got the wall off of turn 4. He pushed up the track a little too much, and here comes Busch. Blaney trying to hold the bottom through 1 and 2. Busch has closed the gap. Pushed up the track again off of turn 4, sliding in front of Busch. Might have looked like a block, but that was actually unintentional. Blaney still slides. Not a lot of room for error between the two drivers, and Kyle Busch will get to the lead off of turn 2. Busch out in front again at Dover. It's almost like Blaney lost the lead. The car's handling better now. Tightening up just enough to where he's not getting too loose. That was his fastest lap of the race, that last lap. So he is pushing very hard to try and catch Kyle right back. 23.242 that last time. Not my fastest lap ever at this racetrack in the Cup Series, but pretty darn close. And again, fastest lap of the race. He stuck turns 1 and 2 beautifully. Both drivers did. Keselowski and Elliott still going at it. It's like they've been battling ever since the beginning of Stage 2, like you saw earlier. It's insane. These guys have just swapped spots back and forth so much today. Yeah, it's likely Christopher Bell that DNF'd after that accident, I'd have to imagine. That was our 5th caution of the race, by the way. Failed to mention that. So Quinn Howell, first driver out. Yes, Christopher Bell is on pit road. He's done. But remember, he's in the playoffs. He's got 2 wins this season. Winning the Bristol Day race for the Food City 500 and then also winning the Coke 600 at Charlotte. So Busch got to the lead. He's holding on to about a 3 to 5 car length lead on on Ryan Blaney, and Blaney is still pushing hard. Both drivers are just doing a beautiful job of hitting their marks. That's what you like to see. Good, clean racing. Blaney tries to narrow and close the gap. Look at how sideways Blaney is. He's driving so hard, trying to catch Busch. 99 laps to go here at Dover. Big run off of turn 2 there by Blaney. All over the back of Busch. Oh, we'll contact. That just shot Busch a little further out ahead of him. Jumped in a little too deep into turn 3 that last lap. Now he gets really loose, slides up the track in 1 and 2. So really over the last whole lap, Busch is able to pull away by about 4 or 5 car lengths. Blaney's got to try to reel him back in again. And again, don't count Kyle Busch out of the regular season championship just yet. If he goes on to win today, he was 52 points back coming in. Didn't get a lot of stage points in stage 1 due to running out of gas with a couple laps left, but he obviously did score points, finishing 2nd in stage 2, 1 point behind Blaney. Mathematically, if he's at least 59 points back going into Daytona, he's got a shot, which then again, it's Daytona, so it isn't impossible that he could still win the regular season title. Say Hamlin and Blaney get involved in the big one and Busch goes on to win. Oh, Busch got caught heavily behind Fancham. Big run there by Blaney, 3 wide up in the middle. Both drivers driving hard into 1 and 2. Blaney all the way up near the wall. He's going to try to get a run. Busch, oh, he caught Joey Gase in a bad spot. I don't think Blaney got off at turn 2 as well as he thought he should have. Back to the outside of Kyle once again, using the lap car body. Carter has picked Blaney back out in front. 94 to go here at Dover. While Kyle lost a lot of ground there. Still 3 more lap cars right in front of Blaney though. Gonna rush around Brendan Gaughan. And now Gaughan is holding up Kyle Busch himself there. By the way, with that last caution, Harvick was 2 laps down. He got back to 1 lap down again. So he's been 2 laps down twice today. Don't count him out of things as far as the race win goes if things go the right way. Mike Jones, welcome to the stream. point of the run where Blaney's car starts to take off on the longer run, and he's slowly starting to pull away from Busch once again. And Busch has not had his way with lap traffic over the course of this run either. Chase Elliott still battling with Keselowski for fourth. Currently, Elliott holds the position. Juan Keselowski trying to keep the momentum up, and maybe Elliott can go for back-to-back top fives here today. That's a good little hot streak, knowing the playoffs are right around the corner. And he is locked in with that win at Watkins Glen in the last race. Just to clarify once again, these guys still have to pit one more time today. Everybody pitted under that last caution with 108 laps to go. You cannot stretch a fuel run that far here at Dover. But it should be easily made in one more stop as well. We've seen these guys go roughly 60 to 65 laps on fuel. So it's going to be a tighter window, but they should make it. Playing PS4 for this game, Mike. Yeah, again, streaming off the PC, but playing through the PS4 console. Spotter's echoing. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I didn't start hearing audio in my earpiece up until, I don't know, probably about 50, 60 laps ago too, so that's probably why it's doing it for whatever reason. So 83 laps to go here at Dover. 5-second lead now over Busch. Just over lap 300 in this race. Nearing 80 laps left at the Monster Mile. We're going to take a trip through the different camera angles one final time now in today's race. And we are using the controller for this race today. We'll be doing the same at Daytona tomorrow for the regular season finale. Or the Cup Series side at least. In the zone. Look at this shot up the middle between Gaughan and Logano. Yeah, I just have a lot of stamina. I drink a lot of water throughout the course of the day, so I'm like always like wide awake all day. Need to be too, because it gets kind of intense depending on what track I'm at. Like, I'll be sweating sometimes when I'm done by the end of this. Just sitting in the same spot, not moving for like 2 to 3 hours. intensely grabbing the controller or steering wheel, I guess, whatever I'm using for the day. Harvick's still hoping that he can get another caution to get right back into this race. At some point in time, while he's one lap down, get him right back on the lead lap, and then maybe a second caution from that point to restart right back up with the rest of the field. Indeed. Tyler, the lap traffic definitely spaced apart that battle for the lead that we saw there for a couple handful of laps. Again, ever since we've been running with the custom setups, we've been near dominating some of these races. Not all of them, but some of them. Obviously, again, it's been a few races since Ryan Blaney's gone to victory lane on this season as well. It's been 5 races. Last win came in the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. He's running well at New Hampshire, DNF there. Had an alright day at Michigan, DNF there. Watkins Glen finished 4th. So he's had some good runs in that stretch. Kentucky just kind of hit or miss in that race. Big dive underneath BJ McLeod. Yeah, I'm running, it's 105 for the AI difficulty. 105 for the AI difficulty. Chase Elliott Fan 9, welcome to the stream. Oh man, Blaney clipped the apron off of turn 4. He's in the wall. That wasn't pretty. We stayed green. It wasn't a super heavy hit to the left front of his race car, but that was, again, it wasn't pretty by any means. He's trying to dive below Corey LaJoie, and he dove a little bit too low off the exit of turn 4. Got things rolling, still a 9-second advantage. Top 5 NASCAR drivers. I'll go top 5 all time that I've, like, I guess kind of rooted for. I think that'll be a little easier. I don't really, like, it's kind of hard though to rank that because I root for Ryan Blaney. He's obviously my favorite. But outside of that, I don't root, like, flat out root for anybody. So I can't really, it's a tough question to kind of answer there. I do like to see the Penske guys run well as a whole, as a team. I guess same would go for DiBenedetto as well. Oh man, 3 wide, nearly 4 wide. There's a checkup off of turn 2. Look at that, they are 4 wide. Down the back into turns 3 and 4. As far as the least favorite drivers go, I don't really have anybody that I don't like. Especially, you know, nowadays. When I was younger, I used to not really care for the Busch brothers or you know, Jimmy Johnson because he won all the time. But as I've grown older, I appreciate the talent that these drivers are able to withhold. And I can see, obviously, a lot for younger fans that, you know, tend to not like certain drivers because I was the same way when I was younger. But now that I know what the sport is as I've gotten older, how much talent really blossoms on the racetrack, it is fun to watch guys like Kyle Busch just wheel the race car around. 11.5-second lead. Blaney continues to roll through the lap traffic. Huge amount of cars lap down. Harvick, by the way, was caught in that heavy dose of lap traffic that we just saw, so he's now 2 laps down again. So forget really about him getting back in the race unless we get 3 late yellows. Isn't impossible. We have had 5 cautions for incident today, so that is not counting the 2 stage breaks, but they've been pretty equally spaced out. Again, we've had 4 green flag pit stops so far in this race, so that tells you we've been having a lot of longer runs outside of obviously having that crash on lap 5 at the beginning of the race. Thought it was going to be a long day from that point on, or a short day depending on what end of the spectrum you look at it, but it's not the case. Still running, and Blaney's had a fairly clean day for the most part. I do not. That's something I definitely want to get into. I just don't have a rig itself. I would have to get probably another PC because my laptop probably wouldn't, even if it held it wouldn't be very good looking at that tiny of a screen. So probably have to get like a larger computer screen. So there's definitely some money I'd have to throw into it, but that's definitely something I would like to do. There's a guy I used to work with. He was into iRacing. He wasn't really a big NASCAR fan. I've kind of gotten him into watching it this season. He was more of a sports car racing fan. He's been to a lot of different tracks. I think he was at Sebring last season. Not 2020, but 2019. He usually goes to a few road course races, and he said that he'll usually watch like the NASCAR races when they're on road courses, but I've got him into watching the ovals this year too, so he's kind of had fun with it now. He's learning more about the sport, the terminology, the strategy of everything, why it is what it is, and he's respected it a lot more. But yeah, anyway, but he's been trying to get me into it for a while, and I know I want to try it. I think I'll be pretty decent at it. Obviously, it takes practice with anything. Definitely have to have more time on my hands too to really help with that. Be able to balance both out. So I know when I get into it, I'm going to want a lot of practice and get better and better and better. So that's just my competitive nature with anything, it seems like. "18-second lead, 57 laps to go now at Dover." Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. Nice. Yeah, I have not raced a single dirt race on Heat 5. I did very little of it on Heat 4, none of it on the channel. Pretty much like Heat 2 and Heat 3 was the only time I really raced the dirt series on this game. Whether it was on career mode or season. Oh, Keselowski held up big time. He was trying to dive to the middle. Blaney had a run on him from behind, and Keselowski obviously checked up because they were too wide right in front of him between Brendan Gaughan and Josh Bilicki, and luckily he had the wherewithal to realize his teammate was hustling in from behind, especially with it being in the race lead. That's the last thing Brad wanted to do was cause another accident. He kind of caused that opening lap accident with himself, trying to take it 3 wide for the lead on lap 5 on Blaney and Hamlin, and made a little contact with Blaney to his left rear, and saw him ricochet into Hamlin. Hamlin got in the wall, bounced back into Blaney, and Blaney turned Keselowski back down the track. They stacked up behind him. Kenseth was a huge part of that accident as well. I haven't seen much of him since then. Yeah, 1,000 subs. Oh yeah, for the. Hang on, I might have missed a comment in there somewhere. I had to donate. Oh yeah, yeah. I need 1,000 subs first. 1,000 subscribers to get monetized and get paid by YouTube, and that includes the super chats. The eligibility for super chats. Need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 minutes of watch time. We've obliterated the 4,000 minutes of watch time, so thanks everybody for that. Oh wow, Blaney got loose into turn 3, and the car turned right as he kind of overcorrected. It got in the wall. 51 laps to go. They are inside the pit window to make it on fuel to the end of the race. There's Kyle Busch, not too much further ahead of Blaney. Indeed, Ethan, that is going to be the fact here as we get towards the end of the pit window. Yeah, indeed. A big run into one. Blaney slides in front of the 18 of Busch. Kyle got held up behind the 49 of Fincham as well, and Blaney drives off. A one-lap lead on the field. Late. And it's going to take a couple cautions for Kyle to get back into it. He could still have a faster stop. We know he's good on the short run as well, that he can maybe get back in front of Blaney as long as Ryan doesn't open the gap up too much before the pit stops, but he's already starting to do that. We still have roughly 10 more laps before our pit stops as well. Yeah, it just takes time, effort, and dedication, really, Mike, with the subscribers, as you know. It'll come eventually if, obviously, you're passionate enough about it to keep it going, as well as, you know, producing good content, obviously, on top of it, that fans like. Growing that foundation that we've done on this channel very well, obviously. I see a lot of the same familiar faces stream after stream for a while now, and build that core audience like we have here. It definitely helps, but it's a slow process for sure. Unless you've got a ton of money and you're rich, or you know somebody that's already successful, you know, in anything really, especially YouTube related. It obviously helps a ton, and you can get the subscribers a lot faster. But if you're basically starting from scratch, like I have, it does take a while, or like most people, I should say, have the YouTube realms. It does seem like it takes forever. I get that, but if you're willing enough and passionate enough to do what you do on a daily basis and a weekly basis, whenever you upload the videos, put the time, effort, and energy in, it will pay off eventually. So I know that this can be a thing, and I'm willing to take my time with it as we're closing in on almost a year on the channel. So, by the way, good luck on your iRacing race tonight. Well, assuming you're racing tonight. I know you said something about practice. Oh, Harvick's about to go 3 laps down here off of turn 2, giving Blaney just enough room to skim by him on the outside. So he can go a couple more laps on fuel. The right front's still getting pretty worn out here, and Blaney's got probably his biggest lead of the night, or one of the biggest. Yeah, probably the biggest lead of the night up to this point. He was a lap ahead earlier in stage 2 as well. I don't think he was quite that far ahead of Busch, though, like he is right now. He's going to stay out one more lap. Races in 20 minutes. Yeah, so good luck. Blaney's really risking it right now, staying out of the pits one more lap. He could probably go a lap further on fuel beyond this next lap, but he'll pit now. Doesn't want to blow that right front tire while he's got a big lead and give Busch any sort of extra chances to get back into this. And a good job not speeding onto pit road as well. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel coming for the 12th of Blaney. 2 seconds of damage throughout the course of that run. A lot of it was when he got loose off of turn 4 midway through the run and kind of clipped the apron and obviously clipped the inside wall barely as well. The 4 tire stop. The left sides might be able to make it to the end of the race, but it's still quite a ways to the finish as we are right around 40 laps to go. Still in this one. Just think if we didn't have that lagging out issue, we'd probably be about done by now. I still don't know what happened there where it just completely lagged out. The stream was still going, but there was like nothing. Internet's been fine. I didn't lose connection either. That was the weird thing, so at least we're done there. Blaney drifting. Oh no! Back up the track and into the wall. We saw that earlier. Huge hit by Josh Bilicki. Blaney is up and over. Unbelievable. Spun coming off of pit road with less than 40 laps left here at Dover. We saw him spin earlier. He was able to save it. It looked like he had it saved and just kind of overcorrected it back across the track and couldn't get on the brakes in time. Gets drilled by Bilicki after hitting head on. And an unbelievable way to finish this race for him. That is unbelievable. I mean, he nearly had this race won as long as we didn't get a caution. Sure enough, he was the car to bring it out. Unbelievable. With the regular season championship hopes in hand, guys. Blaney's going to finish 38th and only scored 1 point for the finishing positions. Now, he didn't win the first 2 stages. That's going to help. He outscored Hamlin by 10 on the stage point, so that gave him a 2-point lead going into the final stage. But assuming Hamlin has a pretty good finish into this race today, and of course, the game has to crash again. Why does it crash every time we DNF? Like, it's always crashing every time we DNF with this game. Which is only in the Cup Series, it seems like, because we've only DNF'd once in the Xfinity Series. And I think only once in the Truck Series, too. All season. Now I believe the 5th DNF in the Cup Series this year. That's unbelievable. It's got to be like an apron glitch or something because we spun out earlier in the race too. We're on the apron. Like, we're not clipping the racetrack at all. Like, we're on the apron and it just wipes right out on us. We're getting up to speed like we're supposed to run the apron. I'm supposed to just dive right back up onto the racetrack in front of traffic. Then crash out that way, so that's... I don't know why I'm restarting. Oh, no. Yeah, that's going to end the stream. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to close the application. Hang on. The stream might be running still. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. It might end the stream. However many laps the shortest race is at Dover. And we'll get going again. I don't think that ended the stream. I was thinking it was going to, but I guess the capture card's still plugged in, so I guess we're all right. I think. I thought that was going to end the stream there for a second. I meant to just close the application, not restart the whole console, but... Okay, yeah, we're still good. Got lucky. Didn't do it. Yeah, you're right. I did do it on the Indy. Yeah, so anytime we DNF, it's just doing that for whatever reason. It's this game, man. I tell you. Buggy as all hell. Alright, so we're going to get to the finish of this. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Yeah, probably because I restarted the console. That's probably why it's doing that. But at least we're somehow still running, it looks like. Thankfully. Yeah, so don't go away yet if you're watching right now. But you can hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. You should probably turn DNFs off. I don't want to turn DNFs off because I want to keep the realistic broadcast. Well, hopefully I don't get copyrighted for the music playing. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up! Come on! Okay, there we go. We cut out finally. Yeah, NASCAR Heat 4 didn't have any, but it's basically a copy and paste game for the most part. Outside of the schedule and the paint schemes, which were mainly DLC anyway, but yeah, it's I don't know. They just flat out rushed it. The game was not finished when they released it. That's the only reason it does this all the time. It's been doing this since not day one. I think it was doing this since like the second night. Because I remember we played the first night it came out, and then the next night it was done. The Gold Edition. So yeah, we'll go to race now. Cup Series. Obviously Ryan Blaney just to finish things off. We're already going to finish at the back. So there were 3 drivers that DNF'd, so we're not going to count for those guys in this race. What am I doing? So we're not going to count for those guys in this race. Blaney will finish in 38th. You won't get copyright. You could get copyrighted. I probably won't because it was not a very long clip, but you can get copyrighted for that. If you don't have the authorization of playing copyrighted music. YouTube guidelines. Having a brain fart. Yeah, we were at Dover. It's like, where were we? Mine just went blank. Alright. I don't know why I have this. Oh. Yeah, see? So the custom AI difficulty was... I guess I should still have it low so we see the finish of the race. I don't race on the race now, obviously, as you can tell, because AI difficulty's all the way down. So 8 laps now, a shootout to decide the winner. 6 cautions in the race so far. Up to this point, that will technically be the final caution, because there won't be a caution in these final 8 laps. So stay tuned. Here we go at Dover, an 8-lap finish, and boy, oh boy, Denny Hamlin needs all the points he can get in these final 8 laps, because Blaney DNFing, that could very well give him the points lead, or keep him with the points lead going into Daytona tomorrow. It's going to be huge. How many glitches have we had that have been DNFs this year? Both on NASCAR Thunder 04 and NASCAR Heat 5. It seems like 9 times out of 10 when I'm DNFing, it's a glitch. Like, I'm on the apron right there, it just spins right out. Like, that's not my fault. And we nose it into the wall. Well, even if I win the race, I'm not counting myself as winning. I'll try to race up there and catch the finish of it. Try to. So Harvick going to restart with the lead here. This is basically going to balance everything out. Kyle Busch will restart in second place. Green flag back in the air at Dover. 8 laps to decide the winner of the race. Man, trying to stay out of everybody's way. They're so slow on this difficulty that everything's just checking up. Kevin Harvick, though, out in front. As they race off into turns 3 and 4, he's got a couple car length advantage now. And he is starting to pull away. Will anybody catch him? For Harvick, this will be his 3rd win of the season. Kyle Busch is fading back. There's Denny Hamlin trying to get through the field. Can he get his 3rd win of the season? Martin Truex Jr. up to 2nd, trying to catch those guys as well. They're 3 wide now for 3rd. Newman sandwiched in the middle between Logano and Hamlin. Hamlin clears Logano for 3rd. Truex is closing in on Harvick. Logano back to the inside, trying to cross over the 11 of Hamlin. As we sit behind and watch these final 5 laps unfold. And Truex just keeps inching that gap. Now to the inside goes Truex. Harvick on the outside. They're side by side through 3 and 4. 4 laps to go. Truex to the lead as he clears Harvick. Truex has not won all season. Is a complete lock, really, to make it on points if he hasn't already clinched himself on points this season. But he's looking to add some extra security, some playoff points perhaps if he can win. Harvick is fading. Harvick to the inside now, but he's already lost the lead. And Truex now is trying to gap him. Hamlin, meanwhile, still in 4th, maybe back to 5th. Kurt Busch can get around him. And Harvick is losing Martin Truex Jr. It's going to take something drastic for Harvick to catch up with no cautions coming here in the final 2 laps at the line now. And Kyle Busch is just, yeah, indeed, he is faded now outside the top 10. And he will not get his 3rd win of the year tonight.
Careful, still there.
Lap traffic could be a factor on the final lap. I don't think it will be, but it could be. Harvick back to the outside. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go for Martin Truex Jr. at the Monster Mile.
White flag, dig, driver.
Truex might catch a lap car in 3 and 4, but it's not going to matter anyway. Off of turn 4 one final time, it is Martin Truex Jr. winning his 1st race of the season at the place he won his 1st career race at Dover. So Truex is going to get the win here today at Dover. A big-time win for him. Harvick will finish things out in a second. BJ McLeod looks out beautifully with this finish, where he was trailing Bowman for the final spot on points, and he actually beats him in the finishing order now, as he'll finish 3rd. Kind of came out of nowhere at the end of the race. Kurt Busch 4th. Denny Hamlin rounds out the top 5, followed by Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, Ryan Newman, and Brad Keselowski round out the top 10. Kyle Busch fell all the way back to 16th. And again, Christopher Bell will finish 39th. Blaney 38th, and 40th will be Quinn Houff. She might have been 40th anyway. No, 35th there. But yeah, 40th. So that is the finishing results. Those were the 3 drivers that DNF'd in today's race. Wild finish to this one. Less than 40 laps left in this race, and boy, that just did not pan out well at all. So that's going to do it here today. Not going to run another race because we were very close to the end. Very, very close to the end. And boy, that was a huge loss for Ryan Blaney. Going into the final race of the regular season now. Blaney would have scored 21 points today. Hamlin would have scored 32 for finish, and then so 42 versus 21. That's 21-point gain for Hamlin today. He came in with an 8-point lead. So Denny Hamlin is going to have a 29-point lead going into Daytona tomorrow for the regular season championship over Ryan Blaney. We'll have to wait and see if Blaney can overcome the odds. Denny Hamlin is very well on his way to clinching. Kyle Busch fell out of contention to win the regular season title today. If he could have won this race, that would have been huge. He would have been right in it as well, but he faded back to 16th, so I think he's mathematically out as far as winning the regular season championship. So 29 points there. A tighter points battle for 16th going in as well. We'll have to see if we get a new winner. 6 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, will be the official start time for the Coke Zero 400 at Daytona. It could be moved up to 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so keep an eye on that. It will be on the channel, and the time will be updated on the channel as well under the current live stream that is scheduled. So, yeah, again, just keep an eye on it. We're, as of right now, 6 o'clock, but it could be moved up as far ahead as 5. But thanks to everybody for watching. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race, the commentary, the video in general. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good rest of your night.